Pisces, I'm here to give you a full moon fever wild card read straight from the head with lots of lip. And we are going to be seeing what energies are going to be coming onto your path between now and the next full moon, which will be in Virgo on February 24th. Virgos, who are Virgo rising, you are a Pisces descendant, so you might find this a particularly important lunar cycle that will be coming to culmination at that time later in February. So look for kind of like a ... to be continued moment. All right. So if you got any strong Virgo placement, in your chart, you know, that could be impacted by the sign of Pisces, as in, you know, one of the big, I would say the big four, okay? So if you got sun, if you got rising, if you got moon or Venus in a Virgo sign, there's something that gets kicked off with this particular full moon that really comes to a culmination point. Once you hit that point of the 24th in the full moon in Virgo, all right, 1:44 on the clock, there will be something that happens by that time that creates a new beginning for you. And there's a manifestation that really comes through. I feel like it's something you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for a way forward. There is a way forward, right? And it's very beneficial for you. It's very auspicious, all right? There's a little bit of kismet at play with this, a little bit of synchronicity at play. Pisces, you may be dealing with a Virgo, okay? So this coming in as well, there's something to pay attention to here. And this is for any strong Pisces placement. So we're just going to dive right into this Leo full moon energy and see what is coming in for Pisces. You're coming into alignment with something. It was 2:22 on the clock, all right? You might even be healing something. There might be something you've been wanting to find a sense of healing and closure with that's coming on through. All right, let's see what this is about, Pisces. Spirit, what is coming in for Pisces between now and the full moon on the 24th of February in the sign of Virgo? What's coming in for Pisces? Whoo, justice. Yes, something is balancing out here. For those of you who are dealing with any legal situations that you've been struggling with, look for a judgment in your favor. So this is very positive. I also feel like you have successfully closed a karmic cycle and you're getting to the other side of it. There's something that balances out here that makes things right. And I feel like this could be in relation to a situation where something was getting in the way of a healing happening and alignment happening, because it was 3:11 on the clock when that came in. So I do feel like there's this piece about, you know, some outside obstacles, some outside opposition, some outside person that was just really throwing a wrench in the works is getting moved out of the way. This is a balancing point. This is also Libra energy coming in here. Okay, so this could have something to do with that house of Libra. It could be in relation to a relationship. All right, it also could have something to do with an outright open enemy. Okay, because Libra is the house of open enemies. So I heard frenemy. Okay, so you may have been dealing with a frenemy who is causing problems for you, and you're getting to the other side of this. This is going to be balanced out. All right, let's see what's coming in here. What's coming in here for Pisces? What's coming in here for Pisces, Spirit? What is coming in for Pisces, this lunar cycle, Spirit? What does Pisces need to know? All right, so there is a way forward here. You may have been feeling like you're kind of stuck. You may feel like a lot of stuff got cleared from your life, and you're just kind of like, okay, what now? And you're doing a little dreaming right now. You're envisioning what you want your future to be. You're hoping for a way forward. Right now, this is like the planning stages. You're trying to figure out, where do I belong? And it was 4:44 on the clock. So I do feel like you got some assistance here, all right? You got some help from your spirit team or whoever you consider to be a guiding force in your life. You got some real helpful energy around you that's aligning things for you. For you, it's all about timing. Okay, what's the basis of this? Oh, it's about the timing of matters of love with the Two of Hearts here. Two of Hearts. Two hearts that beat as one. I just heard that song. I don't know what it is. That's really an old school song. I don't even remember the name of the artist who did that. I need you, I need you. Who did that? Oh my gosh, it was like an old song from the 80s, okay? So there might be an 80s connection. All right, this could be somebody that you've known for a while. All right, this could be like old school vibes here, or it just makes you feel, it makes you feel young. Some of you are connecting with somebody at an 80s dance party. I don't know why I heard this. Might be like an 80s theme party. You have to get in costume or something. This is something on the horizon, okay? There might be an invitation coming in around this. That is so weird and random. But that song did come in Two of Hearts. I'll put a link to it and the lyrics. Okay, I think you're wanting this, all right? You're wanting this. Maybe you're trying to keep your mind off of this, though, with work. You know, you're like, must not think about them. I just got to put them out of my head. You know, you might be really trying to just knuckle down, focus on your finances, not get caught up in the fantasy. I do see where you've been really investing and building your finances. This looks good. We got Nine of Pentacles here, okay? So I also feel like you've been doing a lot of just investing in yourself in general, really valuing yourself, maybe even working on yourself, okay? Working on your finances. I got health really strongly. You know, maybe there was some kind of like health scare that came up for you, and so you really wanted to make sure that you got that, you know, stabilized, balanced out. Some of you are preparing to, you know, really start to head into a direction where you're going to be building your own business. And I feel like right now, maybe you can't see this yet, that this is lining up for you, that this is coming in, this new beginning. Because I feel like right now you're sort of like, you're dreaming up your future. You're trying to get a sense of how am I going to move forward? And this is what you're focused on. Right? So you're building your future, but it's really like the brass tacks right now. I feel like you're focusing a lot on business, finance, stability, and also health. Health is coming through really strongly. I feel like you recently just changed something in your diet. Maybe you're including a lot more produce in your diet. You're trying to eat sort of closer to the earth, you know. You might have gotten to a place where you were sort of eating out too much, or you were just going for convenience foods or something like that. I got juicing just came in, all right? Make sure if you're juicing, you're like mixing it up with, you know, balancing foods, you know, because that can be a little bit, I'm just the Ayurvedic practitioner in me. Although I don't know, if you live in a really hot area where it's hot at this time of year, juicing can be good, but warm is a little better. Warm is a little better. If you've been doing juicing as a way to cleanse, you know, you might want to look at maybe making some soups, you know, some pureed soups. Okay, this just coming in, especially with like root veggies. I got like carrot, ginger coming in really strongly for you. All right, somebody is doing that, trying to focus more on maybe eating more plant-based, kind of cutting back on the saturated fat, tending to the health. Maybe something came up in matters of the heart, okay? Like a heart issue, maybe something gave you a scare or something. It could be like high blood pressure, something like that. I feel like whatever you're doing to make some changes in your life, it's definitely working out in your favor, all right? I also feel like maybe you're going to pamper yourself a little bit. The money's going to start coming in. You're going to get yourself some new clothes. You've been needing new clothes for a while. You've been wanting some new clothes. You feel kind of like, you know, you might just kind of dress for comfort for a while, but you're sort of wanting to kind of get yourself out there. You know that you're going to have some eyes on you, right? This could have something to do with also like with the focus on work. You might want to have a more professional appearance or something. So I do see you investing energy in this direction, but it's sort of like as you're focused so much on this, and I love to see the Nine of Pentacles. It's good energy. It means you're in a place of really valuing yourself, investing in yourself, a good strong place within yourself. But I just heard bones and teeth too. Okay, so you might have been dealing with some joint issues. Maybe you had to make a trip to the dentist. There's some issues there. I got dental implants was something that you were concerned about. You might have found some kind of holistic approach to that that helped you avoid the need to do that. Interesting. Okay, so maybe some of you are even getting into the health field. You might be changing your line of work or approaching health in a new way. Okay, so I got kind of dualistic message with that. Either way, I feel like you've really been investing in yourself and it looks really good. You're in a strong position. I think you're feeling good about yourself too, okay? And your plans for the future, you're really looking more kind of like as an individual. You know, you're not like really fixated. I do feel like you're trying to distract yourself. I think you're trying to distract yourself from the love piece. I got this, okay? I do. I think you're trying to distract yourself by focusing more on just like the day-to-day routine, the day-to-day basics, crossing energy. This could be because you experienced something really disappointing in matters of the heart. I got that you wanted somebody in particular. You had your eyes set on somebody. You were hoping that they would make some kind of romantic advancement. They didn't. In fact, somebody else did. And it was like, oh, darn. I was hoping it would have been them. 11:11 on the clock when I said that, okay? So I feel like somebody did approach you who felt like they were in alignment with you, but you didn't feel in alignment with that person. And 11:22 on the clock, yeah. You might still be a little sore about this, you know, you're bummed out about it. You were really hoping that you'd have a reason to celebrate, you know, coming together with a particular person. You might have even felt like that person led you on a little bit or promised you something and then didn't deliver. And it just, I don't know. I really got these vibes that you're just feeling sore about it, you know, really sore about it. I also feel like you're looking at something that got lost in the process or something that was a real setback, and you're trying to think, how can I turn this around? Because you do feel disappointed by something that was compromised in light of this, okay? Something that was compromised. You might have even been spending time with a particular tree, just sort of like telling your problems to a tree. I don't know why. I feel like maybe you feel kind of like alone or like nobody understands what you're feeling in this situation, or you're just not really comfortable opening up about it. There's something that feels sort of sensitive about it. And I think you had to do a lot of work just within yourself to get yourself to a place where you felt really kind of like, you know, really good about yourself again and sort of bolstered up. So you're not really wanting to just talk to anybody about this. All right, let's see here. I mean, there's somebody who's making some offer. Somebody did make some offer, but you're like, yeah, that's not the offer I wanted. I wanted it from this person. Maybe the person that you wanted the offer from was already taken, or they had their eyes on somebody else or something like that, because we do have like the 3 cups here, okay? And the one who was single, ready to mingle, and was available, just, you know, it just wasn't it, okay? I feel like either way, whether you were involved with somebody or not, you might have been tempted by somebody outside of your relationship, if that's the case. Maybe because you just felt dissatisfied in your relationship. It just wasn't doing it for you anymore. And you saw what somebody else had, you know? You saw what was coming together for somebody else, and it's sort of like, well, why can't I have that, you know? There might be some piece of that there. I do feel like you were really looking at ways that maybe you've had to settle in matters of the heart, or ways that you feel like you're never totally fulfilled in matters of the heart. Yeah, and there's some big truth here, you know, that needs to be communicated. You might have communicated a really strong truth sometime around the holidays. I also feel like there may be some communication coming through that you will actually see as your wish fulfillment here, all right, with the 9 of Cups. And this is about you wanting to feel personally fulfilled, all right? Personally fulfilled. I think that you took the risk to stand on this. You're like, look, if it's not going to be fulfilling, I got to walk. And you may have some communication coming your way pretty soon here within this lunar cycle that actually is, you know, that thing you've been waiting for. I see it brings a lot of happiness your way, and it helps you shed some kind of heaviness and kind of like real just energy where you almost felt like, how can I put this? It almost felt like your energy was cloaked, like I'm not being seen in this situation, or what I'm feeling in this situation and the way I've been hurt is not being recognized. There's light being shined on this. I do feel like you're moving forward in a way that brings you a lot of happiness. There's some kind of communication coming in here that is really going to change the way you feel about things. And I think it's also going to give you a lot of options. And I think this is where it's going to get a little tricky for you and a little challenging. Because I do feel like you went through a period, Pisces, where it got very Neptunian there, okay? And you had a lot of different options, and maybe there was a bit of a glamour that was spun, or something just, it turned out to be very illusory or too convoluted or too difficult to figure out. And you don't want to deal with this anymore. You don't want to try to figure out what somebody's feeling. You want things to be up front. But I do see that there is some tangible beginning here, okay? And it does involve commitment, with the Ace of Pentacles coming in with the 10 of Pentacles, all right? So I do feel like this is building for your future. Your finances look excellent, all right? You got some kind of legacy energy you're building here. So it's good. You know, you may have dealt with a disappointment, but I see you channeled your energy into really working on yourself, building yourself up from the inside out, building your foundation, and the money is looking really good. And if you are curious, should I invest in this business idea I have? Should I head in this direction? Should I take the risk? Yes, you absolutely should, okay? You will become known for this. And I see a lot of commerce around it, okay? So I see a lot of orders being placed. I see a lot of people being interested in what you do. I feel like, you know, this could be very, very successful for you. And I also feel like it will put you in the position where maybe you can finally go out and like buy a home of your own. I don't know why I got this. Like some of you may be in a relationship already, and you really want to have a home of your own. You've been waiting to get into a position where you could do that. You might feel it would like make the relationship a little bit healthier if you each had your own space. I do see where finances were the only thing that were holding you back in that regard. Something is coming through here. This is a big level up financially. All right. And there's also a sense of commitment here, and something endures, and something that you can really build on. Okay. And there's a lot of reason to hope about this. Okay. There's some kind of happiness coming into your life. I think for the time being, you've been in a process of self-reflection. I think you've been really like clearing out the old energy. Some of you may have been doing some spiritual cleansing and just sort of like really moving out, like I said, moving out of that Neptunian energy, getting a real like clear view of your situation, what you feel, what you're wanting to manifest for yourself moving forward. You know, like I said, I do feel like something came into play that was very tempting. We do have the Queen of Wands energy here coming in with the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords. So this can be like having a real attraction, really wanting to connect with somebody on a carnal level. But there's some reason that, you know, you have to kind of like sneak around in order to make this happen. Because if it was known what you were doing, you know, it might land you in spiritual jail, or it might, you know, be this thing where it ends up being a tie that binds, because it can never be experienced, you know, it can never be fully experienced. It always has to be kind of kept in the dark. But there's something else coming forward here. I feel like there's somebody who's been keeping their eye on you. This could be somebody with a strong Leo placement in their chart. We got Leo energy here. Okay. We also got Virgo energy here, and it comes in with a Page of Pentacles. Very interesting. Okay, so check this out. So you got something coming in here, right? There's an opportunity coming in here. It looks like you're going to hear news from somebody, all right? And I do feel like this is somebody that you did have a cup of love for before, an attraction to before. There's feelings here with the Page of Cups here. This could also be somebody that you had a child with, or maybe you got pregnant by this person and something didn't go right, okay? Something didn't go right. You had to keep it a secret. There was something that, you know, you had to suppress. It could have been involving a Leo here. We got the Strength card. I think that it felt very fishy to you. I could also see just that it felt like this person was like sneaking around a lot on you. You may have also felt like this person had violated your privacy in some way. You may feel like they were kind of like sneaking into, you know, your social media account, sneaking into your phone, and just sort of like just micromanaging you, something like this. You could have also felt like somebody from your past had a catfish account and they were keeping their eye on you on social media. All right, with that Page of Swords coming in there. Big Leo energy on the board, all right? But I do feel like this is a past situation. There's a lot of feelings that are activated in this situation, but I do feel like you're kind of internally mastering this situation. This is somebody who maybe has a bit of a temper on them. There's somebody that kind of like, their bark is worse than their bite. That's what I got. This person's actually really kind of like sensitive. I just heard that they're, you know, what I heard is that they're like, their butt hurt, you know, that's what I got. You know, this person's pride is a bit wounded, you know. Yeah. They're used to being kind of like top dog, center of attention. And so they're feeling kind of like insecure because maybe you've elevated in some way, makes them feel uncomfortable. You might have felt like this person was actually sabotaging you, you know, maybe even like I said, like there was this person that was in the mix. It was kind of like throwing a wrench in the works, causing some issues. You may have felt like somebody really did you dirty back there. You know, it might have been this person that actually caused the one that you were wanting to head towards you to, you know, go away. And now there's this misunderstanding between this person that you really felt like a deep connection with, okay, with the Six of Cups here. And again, there's a lot of past energy here. We got Virgo energy right here with the Hermit. I do feel like you had to go your own way, all right? You had to go your own way. There wasn't really a choice. It was either I stay in this situation and I compromise and, you know, I take on something that is just, quite frankly, it's just not enough. There's a certain lack of maturity here that was not equal to the growth you had, you know, been through and what you'd learned about yourself. I think you had to make a real executive decision to bring this energy to a close. Got the World here. Could be dealing with a fixed sign energy. Again, Leo very strongly here. We also got Taurus, we got Aquarius, and we got Scorpio. But there's something that's coming to a close here, and this is what is bringing the success in 2255. It creates a major change on your path. To you, when this comes in, I do feel like this is coming in, like there's some truth coming forward. Something is being made very clear after a while when you had to kind of just sort of like fumble your way through the dark. Something is coming into alignment for you, but there's something that's a little bit disruptive about it, okay? And you might have to think really fast. You might have to make some real executive decisions, but I do think that there's something that you need to cut off because it no longer serves you in moving forward, okay? And you're going to look at this very plainly. We got the King of Swords here, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, all right? This is being very decisive. This is making an executive decision. Some of you have a choice between two. Somebody from your past and somebody that really wants to invest with you, all right? They really want to build something moving forward, and this person can match you, all right? I also feel, again, this is you really elevating to this place where you made an investment in yourself. And maybe you are choosing to not invest in this X that's coming around because you learned your lesson. You want to move away from this drama. You want to move away from this stress. You don't want this anymore. And this is what brings you this turn in fortune, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune. Again, fixed sign energy, very strongly featured here. There's Leo again, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, right? There is some truth coming forward here. You are going to have somebody communicate a truth that you've been in the dark about for too long. You've been trying to solve this thing like a riddle, but something is transforming here and you're getting moving forward. It's possible that there's some kind of trip in connection with this. There could be an Ophiuchus that's involved in this situation. That's Sagittarians born November 30th to December 18th, I believe. I think it's 18th, okay? Something had to end, so a new cycle could begin. So I think that you went through something kind of difficult, and I think it left you feeling, you know, a bit abandoned, to be honest with you. I do feel like you had to kind of go your own way, and you've been trying to find a way through, and you just sort of focused on yourself and your stability. And it's sort of like, this is good because that's the foundation your future is going to be built upon. And you're moving into expansion. I feel like you're getting an opportunity that's coming forward for you. And it's an opportunity for you to take some kind of trip, and it leads to a new beginning. But you have to consider, am I going to really invest in this? You have not made this decision yet. I think you've been really like slowly just, you know, handling the day-to-day stuff, the day-to-day grind. You have been very reticent to make a commitment, and this could have something to do with a King of Wands, and there's been a lot of worry about this, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, super stressed about this. You've wanted to move in this direction. You may feel like somebody is purposely like just keeping you in this place of not knowing what's going on, but there's something happening here, okay? And it's to bring you into alignment with who you're meant to come into alignment with. And it's actually really beautiful because we have the Four of Wands coming in with the Queen of Pentacles to the Emperor here, okay? So you could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with an Aries, all right? But this is not only you in a really good financial position, but this is like meeting your match and somebody who can really, you know, build with you, work with you. There may be something to work out here. There might be something you have to work out around work so you can both be on the same page, or something has to shift to make this work. It could be you each have your own living spaces, like I was saying. This could also be that you are having to deal with a third party in this situation, and for some reason you have to figure out how can this person be integrated in the mix and have this not be an issue. All right, so it could be that you have to deal with this person because it's their baby's mama, or you know, something along these lines, a family member. Like, you have to work it out here, and I do feel like there is a way forward. And there is some kind of romantic offer coming your way, all right? Somebody you want to give your cup to. But I think in order to really take this, you have to move away from something else, all right? Okay? There's something that has to be released here to bring this in. With the Justice, did you see the blockade? Libra energy, okay? And you know this. You do. You know this. And you also know there's a lot going on beneath the surface here, this High Priestess energy. So this is about really finding the balance. This is about really finding that center balancing point between shadow and light, you know, really looking at your motivations. And you're going to have to feel this one out, but something is being balanced out here. All right. And there is some kind of communication coming in. There might be disappointment around it initially, but not all is lost because there is new alignment coming in. But I do feel like where you were dealing with a situation where there was a lot of upheaval, there was a lot of maybe even imbalanced behavior. It could be that somebody had some kind of issue. I'm getting like maybe they had an issue with alcohol, or, you know, their emotions were just all over the place. And so you were misunderstanding each other. You just couldn't find the balance with this person. And it put the whole situation on pause. There was a lot of fighting here. There may have been fighting within a social group, fighting within a friend group. This is like a really competitive situation. We do see there's some kind of success coming through here that does bring a new beginning on the other side of what was lost, because we have the Six of Wands coming in with the Eight of Wands to the Three of Swords, and then this beautiful Ace of Cups here. So we got an Ace of Pentacles and we got an Ace of Cups. And what I got out of this is where you weren't sure if you'd be able to make a commitment in a particular direction. Something's coming through that really has you thinking twice about this, all right? I think you're going to choose to go for it because this is a magical connection. We do have the Magician here. Again, Aries energy, Aquarian energy. You may have manifested this. You may have been sending up some prayers around this, okay? And it does look like a brand new beginning. You're going to go for it, all right? You're going to throw caution to the wind. I say that because what was holding you back before was this need for security, but you built some kind of financial stability for yourself, 3044, and that brings you into alignment to be able to leap on this, okay? I do feel a trip is in connection with this. And you might have some people telling you like, but what if? And I think you don't give a care. You can't turn this down.